Alright guys, I'm gonna walk you through the process of me mastering the track Ndi Lapha. It's one of the track off the album I'm working on with Tigo. So first of all, we're gonna pull in the tracks from my library and bring it because I'm using Ableton Live and I'm using Ozone 11 in Ableton Live. So I'm gonna walk you through the process. I'm gonna drag in the file. So let's get Ozone 11, yeah. I'm not going to use the master assistant function in the Ozone 11. I would introduce some modules to help me tidy up the track, polish it up, make it sound less muddy, and also give it some loudness as well. I like to start with the equalizer, but in this case, because I've had a conversation with Tigo, I want to raise the volume of the track. So Mazet, the vocalist in this track, sounds a little bit underneath, lower than I would like. So I'm gonna raise the volume of the level of our vocals. Sorry. And by doing that, I'm not gonna start with the equalizer. I'm gonna start with the master rebalance. The ear function you saw me clicked on is what helps you to like isolate every other thing and listen to what you're removing or what you're adding. So when I clicked on that, I was able to see how much distortion, how much increase I'm adding, and how much distortion is coming with that. So be very careful. I don't like to affect the track so much when I'm mastering. But now let's move on to the next module I'm going to introduce, which is the equalizer. And most times it comes first, but in this case, like I mentioned, I wanted to increase the level of the vocals. With the equalizer, I'm going to mark some points in the band frequency and raise some of them, maybe a couple, because I don't think there's much I want to do to this track with the equalizer. And there's a third effect I like very much. I want to raise that a little bit, maybe more than a little bit. I like it with Afro tracks when that third effect is like pronounced. It makes the track dirty, but that's what I like. And also maybe see what's going on in the farthest low end. And when I listened, it was especially with my earbuds, it was not well balanced. So but every other sound, like my monitor, it was good, but with the I don't know, but we'll see what we can get. model I'm going to introduce is the impact model. Basically, I'm just going to mark a range in the frequency and just try to widen the element that fall within that range or narrow it down, whichever I prefer. Next module I'm bringing on is the imager, so I'm just going to widen the vocals as well and some of the high ends and spread it across the stereo so I can subsequently effect it with the exciter, because the exciter is what brings the clarity, and the exciter is what brings the loudness into the track during mastering. So I'm just going to kind of spread the vocal and the high end a little. Try not to spread the high end, just the vocals targeted, yeah, because amazing voice by Mazet. But yeah, let's get into it. Next model is the exciter, it's where it gets exciting. So I know one of the first track I mastered and I was having the back and forth, begin back and forth with Tigo. Tigo is in South Africa, and there was too much excitement, so I'm very wary of how much excitement I'm adding to a track, because mostly Afro tracks, excitement is not, doesn't have to be that much, yeah. So I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna try to excite her voice and find a type of excitement that I want to add, just to be sure I'm getting a clear one that doesn't distort the track very much. I tried the different types of excitement, I realized the tape is the best for me. Maybe people would like a different one, but the tape was the best for me, especially for this track. The next model I'm introducing is the clarity model. Not sure if I want to put it after the imager and the exciter, but I think it's fair there. It doesn't make any much different if I put it before those two. But yeah, let's see what the clarity model can do for us. Next is the dynamic EQ. For me, it works hand in hand with the maximizer. So it's like a pre-maximizer. It just tells the maximizer whatever markings you give there and whatever direction you send it is what it tells the maximizer to do less or do more. So yeah, it's quite straightforward. Just mark where I want to attenuate or hone in like the maximizer to hold down or let loose a little bit. And that's what I'll do with the dynamic EQ. So I introduced the dynamic EQ alongside with the alongside the maximizer as well, and yeah, just make some marking in dynamic EQ to relate with the maximizer and introduce some loudness as well. Gain, and the higher I went, the more distorted it was. So I had to find a balance whereby I'm adding the gain, I'm adding the loudness, and not distorting the track noticeably. So yeah, that's about it. And now we're gonna listen to the track before and after. So when I click the bypass, it means it was the way the track was, and when I turn off the bypass, it means the mastering I just did. So you can see the difference in loudness and clarity, especially. What I notice with it now is I'm hearing lots of ch and ts and ps. Those I need to tame them a little bit. Not trying to like eliminate them because this is not the plugin for that. There's a separate plugin for that, but I'm just gonna use what I have in the Ozone to like mild it a little bit. You get. So I'm gonna introduce the spectral shaper. It's like a de-esser, but like a basic de-esser. So I'm gonna introduce that and use it to tame those ts and ch. Yeah, that's about it. Now we're gonna listen to the track, and that's basically everything done. I'm not gonna export it now because I just did this for the video. I'm gonna go and listen on different devices. Probably will listen with different devices soon. So after listening with those devices, like my earbuds, and my monitor, and my studio headphone, and my DJing headphone, or whatnot, send it over to my especially Tigo to Tigo I'm working with to listen and give it okay to it, and that's about it. So I'm not gonna export now. Probably export to listen for my listening sake. I'm definitely gonna come back to the different models and try to tweak it just after listening, especially with my earbuds, because that's where most people will be listening to this track on. And yeah, and see what good I made out of it. Try to balance it to sound decent across every playback devices. Yeah, that's about it. And thank you for listening. Um, Probably we'll make more videos about the other 6 tracks, 5 tracks probably, but we find out. Make videos of mastering them and the mixing process, maybe, probably. But yeah, thanks for listening and peace.